What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. My name is Alex, and today we are going to be starting the one of hopefully many episodes of the build series of the SIG 1/5 scale Piper Cub kit. Now, before we go ahead and get started and kind of open up the box here and see everything that we got, don't forget to subscribe and comment down below what you would like to see from this kit. I'm going to be taking a lot of suggestions from the comments as far as how I'm going to progress with this kit. Am I going to go like electric or gas? Or what color should I do? Like the regular Piper Cub yellow? Should I do like a military scheme? Should I do the blue and white like Hazel SIG's famous clip wing Cub? Let me know down in the comments below, but I'm going to get going here. I got the GoPro set up to get me a top-down view, all that kind of good stuff, so let's go ahead. Alrighty, so here we have the 1/5 scale SIG Piper Cub. Now, I absolutely love Piper Cubs. I've always loved Piper Cubs for some reason. I think my dad had plenty of them growing up when he really got me into the hobby. So I'm really excited to start putting this one together. So let's go ahead, open it up, and let's see what we got here. And just as expected, it is a box of wood. We got our plans. Got a bunch of wood. Got some more plans here. Packaging material. Got our landing gear. So this is going to be the working landing gear. So you actually have to assemble kind of everything with the fly wire and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be a good time. So yeah, I'm just going to find the instruction manual here, see where we should begin with this kit. So here we go. We've got our instruction manual. Let's pop her open. Alright, so first things first, on the firewall here, you can actually see, so this is a plywood firewall, they actually have some tick marks here. So I already went ahead and did this, but you can see where these tick marks here, these are going to be your thrust lines. So what you want to do is draw a line from one nick to the other nick, and that's going to give you your thrust lines. So what that does when we come to the time to install the engine or the motor or whatever we're going to go with, it gives us our location, so we're not going to have any issues with thrust or any torque issues or anything like that. So I went ahead and just grabbed my square here, lined them up with the ticks, drew it on with a pen, and we're good to go. Alrighty, so where we're at right now is we have the bottom rear plate of the fuselage, and we have what they call the leaf spring for the tail wheel on here. So we had a reinforcement plate that's added, made out of plywood, and then we have some square nuts and some machine screws that go in there. Now with these square nuts, what we're going to want to do is add some epoxy. So I'm going to mix up some epoxy real quick, get it on these square nuts. I'm going to try not to get it on the actual machine screws as much as possible, and then once that's dry, we'll take out the screws, take off the leaf spring, and then we can continue on. So where we are currently sitting, we have the bottom plate of the fuselage pretty much ready to go. As far as the instructions are going here, we have the plate with the square nuts and everything epoxied into place. We see we have the screws removed without any issue. Those square nuts aren't going anywhere, so that's ready to go. We have some of the formers ready to rock with the support strips and everything like that, the reinforcement balsa strips. Now that, like I said, I actually just held up the formers to the plans that I have kind of nailed to my wall at the moment. They work pretty good, so I just kind of referenced, lined up where the formers are, marked where the strips go, and then I marked how long the strips need to be. Went over to my little table miter saw thing, all good to go. So next up, we are moving on to the side panels. So I'll probably switch to the GoPro here because these panels are pretty long. So these are basically going to be, like I said, the side of the fuselage. So what we need to do with these is that there are the side pieces here, and then we have the tail supports here. So these, where you can see the little rounded parts here, need to mate up with the rounded parts up top. So we're gonna go ahead, get these cut out, get them glued on both sides, and then we'll move on from there. So So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually removing the tape that they reinforced like these sheets with, because with a lot of kits nowadays, a lot of nicer kits anyways, they are laser cut. So these pieces literally just want to, you know, fall out like this of, you know, the sheet that they come in. So to keep everything kind of nice and organized in the box, they kind of tape everything in just so pieces don't fall out and get scattered all over the place, because a lot of times they use these sheets as a, yeah, these are already, the nicks are already broken out and everything. So they use those sheets as a reference to what parts you're using. All right, so real quick, this piece here is ready to sit in nice and flush with the rest of the fuselage side. So one thing with this, I'm going to use some medium CA to get this to mate nice and neat, so there's no gaps or anything like that causing any weakness. I'm going to lay some wax paper down just to make sure that I'm not gluing anything when I'm cutting that or anything like that. So this kind of, you know, helps with gluing, especially if you're covering or protecting planes or anything underneath that you don't want damaged or sticking to the plane. So I think we've hit our stopping point for the day. As you can see, everything is all framed up for the most part for the fuselage, taped together anyway. So the masking tape trick actually worked really, really well, just to kind of assemble all of the pieces that's needed to start gluing the fuselage together. So everything looks really nice and straight. Everything is fitting together really, really nice. So that's a good sign. What I did find out, however, is that I'm going to need to start ordering parts a lot sooner than I thought. So like going through the instructions and step by step, we're already looking at installing an engine and fuel tank and everything as far as like servos and stuff into this already. So I guess by the next episode I will have that stuff on order, get ready to put in so we can actually, you know, full bore send into this build. But I think we've hit our stopping point for today. Everything as far as the fuselage is kind of ready to rock and roll for the next few steps. But spent a good chunk of the day on this, so I think we're going to hold off until the next episode. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode where we'll finish up, hopefully, this fuselage, maybe get an engine installed, some servos in place, and just kind of getting everything together for this, and then eventually moving on to the wings and tails, all that kind of fun stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We will see you later.
Thank you.